Liverpool attracts his eye so much that he will go to leaps and bounds to probably achieve that. But yeah, I mean we were really very excited to know a bit more about the Liverpool collaboration. So please spill the beans.
Well, unfortunately, I cannot take any credit for this. Rupa, she's our Liverpool ambassador and she's part of the Her Game 2 lead team. So everything is down to her and she's amazing. She does so many amazing things, and not just with Liverpool, just with Her Game 2 in general. And she's fantastic. So unfortunately, I cannot take credit for that at all because that was nothing to do with me. But just talking about Liverpool in general, I think it's just amazing, and hopefully this is the start for the bigger clubs in the Premier League. I don't want to say bigger clubs because I don't want to disrespect the other clubs, in the Premier League as well. But Liverpool are a massive club worldwide, aren't they? Obviously Manchester United's too, those sort of clubs. So I think now Liverpool have joined. I'm hoping this could be the start of all the other top teams joining, because in the Premier League we've got Everton. They've been brilliant, yes. And we've got a player advocate in Seamus Coleman. He's pledged his support, which is massive, because if you think of Everton, you automatically think of Seamus Coleman, don't you? Right. He's just Mr. Everton in general. We've got Brentford, who aren't an actual. They've not partnered with the campaign yet, but they've done a lot, dedicated fixtures and stuff. That was on the TV. We have had Bournemouth as well. So there is a lot of Premier League clubs joining, which is fantastic. And that's as well as lower league clubs, national league clubs, grassroots. Obviously, they've expanded now and it's gone to rugby, hockey, cricket. So it's kind of mental. It's just, I'd love to sit here and talk about it all day, but there's always something going on. We're in a group chat and there's always a new ambassador joining for a different club. There's always something new going on. So it's just so amazing and so positive. So it's fantastic that Liverpool have pledged the support. So I'm hoping, because they have, majority of them, the rest of Premier League clubs will take it upon themselves to do the same.
Yeah, I mean, just to understand it a bit better, and of course, Anukar sir, you can add your point as well later. Since of course this is officially that part of the episode where I every time just tell anyone in a very unsolicited manner, even though nobody has really asked me till date, but I still make it a point to mention it. So I'm currently doing my masters of in sports management from Mumbai. If you have heard, it's a pretty famous city here in India, and we do a lot of sort of, you could say, literature studies about sports in general, and compared to overseas sports data, the data available in India is around sports is just very less. So at the end of the day, we do rely on whatever UK, USA, and all the other advanced countries when it comes to sports. We do rely on their works and foundations to probably create a bit more of the pathway here in India. So since you mentioned about this campaign and you mentioned about so many different clubs trying to join this campaign, can you also elaborate a bit more on what exactly do these campaigns what exactly do these clubs come to these campaigns for? Do you think it's purely philanthropic, where they they are not looking for any kind of a monetary gain out of it, which is probably the case, because of course that's not why these clubs do it? Or why? I'm just trying to understand this campaign a bit better. So if you could please explain us a bit in a bit more detail, basically.
Yeah, of course. So Her Game 2 is a campaign where it's none of us gain any money or anything for it. We're all volunteers, and we're trying to kind of normalise that females can be involved in football, whether it be a female fan, whether it be someone involved in punditry, working in sport, whether it's making it safe for professional footballers, female footballers, whether it's pubs where people go to, whether it's just the whole experience in general, no matter what you are, whether it's staff who work at a football club, just to normalise the fact that it's a safe environment. that football is for everybody. If I had an opinion on sport, it would be an equal opinion to everyone else. And it's just trying to send a message out there that football is for everybody. So we have volunteers. We don't gain anything money wise from it. It is all just voluntary work, what we do alongside our families, having a life outside of it, whether it's jobs, just life in general.
Yeah.
So what there is, we've got a lead team, which is the co-founders, and they actually released, I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's on YouTube. It was a promotion video, and it was basically them holding up stuff that they've had said to them in the past, which obviously sexist comments. So they released that on FA Cup Day, May 2021, and it just bounced from there. It just went absolutely mental. It went viral. There were so many other females saying this has happened to me. So
There was
it kind
Samra Hunter also, no, in that video, as much as I remember. There were a lot of a few posts in which they had talked about and shown the comments that they had got.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so it kind of from there it kind of expanded, and it just went mad from there, and then obviously clubs wanted to partner with them. So a partnership is basically the club pledging its support. They have a dedicated fixture every season, which obviously promotes her game too. Rochdale have had one, and we gave tickets to female grassroots teams, and they had female flag bearers, and players were wearing the t-shirts. It was just promoting the message and getting it out there. They have ambassadors from each club, so I'm Rochdale's ambassador. So it's to try and promote a safe environment for female fans. And
All right.
yeah, and then you have a team as well of advocates. So obviously they work alongside an ambassador, because the bigger the club, obviously you can't just do it all on your own. You need a little help from people. So you kind of have a team of support there. And it's just basically trying to make it a safe environment for people, but also spreading the message out there. And a lot of the things I do as well, obviously there's match day, but a lot of it, because I have a big following on social media, I try and use my platform in a positive way to try and spread the message out there. And it's just so surprising how many people have come to me. And this is grown men as well. Like, oh, you've inspired my daughter to play football, and you've just by you doing a simple podcast, it's inspired such a body to like go and watch the team who weren't feeling comfortable. And it's just so refreshing, and to be able to be given this opportunity, it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
Right,
I
right,
mean,
right.
I'm sure Anukar sir, Charlotte here, she has given us a lot of insight and detail into what this campaign is all about. But I'll just pick up on the very big. I'll just pick up on the first line that she mentioned. We try to normalize females in football, and I'm sure we as individuals, the two of us, me and Anukar sir here, we have been running this for 18 months. This is our 52nd episode, and let's be honest, it's not very normalized, because we have had 52 episodes, and hardly, I think, the number of females who have come up to our episodes is less than 10. So whatever Anukar sir, Charlotte mentions is prevalent not only where she lives but also globally, right?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, if you look at it as a society, like as a global society, it's a shame that even 2023 women aren't really safe. Like we keep on hearing things like even not even people involved in sport, people related to sports persons. You look at Mason Greenwood's case, how brutally he bruised his ex-girlfriend, and like when you see those stories, when you see those images, it reeks of something very unpleasant and something that should not be there at this point of time, because honestly, like we as a society we have gone through wars. We should have matured enough by this point to actually be, because women honestly have at this point, like it's even becoming more popular in third world countries, women's football, and not just football for that matter. I mean, even cricket for that matter. I know how much players like Mithali Raj and Jhulan Goswami are popular in India. And I mean, what I personally feel is that It's as simple as that. Women are half the population in the world roughly, and at the end of the day, you cannot run the world, or you cannot even run any country or any city or any even province without women. So you have to have equal respect for them, equal opinion for them. Then only as a society, as a sport, as a country, as like the world overall can grow. Otherwise, it's all a step in the wrong direction. And I'm really glad we could bring Charlotte here, because like of all the female guests we have had before also, they've all talked about how there was always some sort of discrimination involved, that people around them used to say that oh, women don't watch that much football, or they don't know that much about football. But the fact is that you see how Charlotte is creating a difference, how people at the Her Game podcast are creating a difference. And it's great, because this goes to show that the domino effect of a little thing that you do, a little podcast, can grow so much. It can create a ripple effect everywhere, for that matter. And I am sure that our audience itself will be themselves, they will be very inspired